Soul rising, dear family. Wagwan to every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet. BKA, all things which harbor the power of the universal soul, spirit of life. And more importantly, all of ye which bear the mark of the universal spirit's visible soul skin. I am just a man with a conviction, period. Tired of playing these games with y'all. Take the lid off a little bit more now. Just a little bit. What is my conviction? My firmly held belief and or what I truly believe is that God will have his world, God will have his people moving God's speed forever. Soul speed, one belief, and one foundation. I have a way to manifest my conviction. How am I going to do it? By exploiting the soul's behavior, extorting the spirit's character, and then posting videos in y'all faces every single day of my natural life as to why I'm doing it. And I'm going to plant this conviction of mine for its manifestation into your world by any moral means necessary, using what could be known as Christ logic, or hyper logic, or balanced logic. Check these words out. Yeah, I'm working on the introduction even more now. But yeah, before I get started with what I want to say, first thing I want to say is, for those of you out there who believe there are reptile people or a reptilian race, if you believe that there's people out here with their genetics altered to appear as a reptilian species or reptilian humanoid species, you need to know something. One, you're absolutely wrong, and two, you're absolutely right. You're wrong and right about a lot of things you've seen in this world. You are. But there is no reptilian race. There is no reptile race. There is nothing like that. There isn't anything like that. What they actually are just more of the so-called white people with genetic modifications again. There is no reptilian race. They are just the same old pale folk who are causing all the harm and chaos and mayhem across our entire world. It's just the same people. Remember, just because you put a white face on devil supremacy, that doesn't make it white supremacy, right? Remember, these people are being driven by thousands upon millions of convictions and belief systems all day long. They are telling us thousands of things to believe in, thousands and millions of things to believe in, but in reality, it's just them. It's just them. Why do you think when they try to be secretive, they put their secrets right in our faces? How is it a secret if you let us know about it? Why are we banned from talking about certain things when you are putting it in our faces to talk about? You have to think it's a non-stop game with them. It's a non-stop night in their game, but they are just empty vessels serving a cause, serving an agenda. Our lives to remain suffering till death. That's it. They don't exist to be anything else but a detriment. Nothing else. I didn't want to make that video for that cause, though. For this cause, to talk about them. I wanted to make this video to give more weaponry on ending the gender war betwixt brother and sister. That's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to give more information on, or more words that we can say within the family body, or within all the pharaohs and kings, or the brethren of the world. Every melanated man on this planet, period. And remember, just because there's a genetic class of people with their melanin deprived, they're still part of the spirit. It doesn't seem like it, I know. But when you look at them from a spiritual surface level and or an external surface level, there's two surface levels you can look at it. You can look at it from an internal surface view or an external surface view. From a spiritually surface view, the genetically modified people, or the so-called white people, globally, all of them, even Vladimir Putin, all of them, wherever they are on this planet, they have imbalanced or unbalanced views on life. Why? Because they were taught such complex things since they were children. Complex. It helps them become the next line of oppressors on the planet. That's what it helps them do. This is why they get taught the things that they're getting taught as they're growing up, and we get taught the things that we're getting taught growing up. So we can move into this world the way the devil wants our specific class to move into this world, our specific group of people to move into this world. Everything, all the evil comes from the same mouth. But moving forward, though, I want to say things that will help end the gender war between brother and sister. That's what I want to say. And it doesn't matter what type of male you are on this planet. These words can assist you in helping us eradicate the enmity in which the devil placed betwixt brother and sister since the dawn of humanity. Since the dawn of humanity, the devil has placed enmity betwixt brother and sister. And now with these words here, we can begin to dismantle it. We can begin to dismantle the enmity that the devil put between brother and sister since the dawn of humanity. I'm going to start by saying this. Genesis chapter 2, verse 22, I believe, or 23. Genesis 2:23, or was it 22? It was probably 22 and 23. Our first father, put those words out there now. Our first father. This is why I said every melanated man on the planet, period. What is melanin? I'm starting to see melanin as just soul now. Melanin is just soul, period. Because the melanin pigment on our skin comes from our soul, you see. The reason why it shines and whatnot, the reason why we have the most chance of fighting against the diseases that the devil is telling the so-called white race to put in our lives, why we have the ability to fight against this diseases as we do. It's just we have a God, or we have a power inside of us all that is rapidly healing. It's rapidly healing, or returning what it is back to normal, returning what it created back to normal, you see. It's a rapidly healing force and or a rapid normality, or return things back to normal type of energy, you see. But at any rate, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 22 or 23, I'm going to have to look at it more closely again, or have to look at it to retain it again, or look at it to remind myself of where it was. The first father who we know of is Adam, right? I'm just going to call him the first father for right now. The very first father we ever had, meaning the first person, first father. Just putting those words out there, first father. He gave this title unto our sisters for a reason. He gave a specific title unto our sisters for a reason. What was that title that the first father called our sisters? Women. Why did our first father call our women woman? He called them woman. He called her woman. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Right? These words can help end the war betwixt brother and sister. I'm going to tell you why now. Or in the gender war. This is words. That's all it's going to really take to stop what's got our women taken away from us right now, what's causing them to being taken away from us right now, and what also drove them to drive 3 million of our brothers within the first 20 years of this here 2000 we're in to commit self-deletion. Words have to be safe, right? So because they're trying to stop us from reaching our sisters. Words have to be said in a certain way because they're actually trying to stop us from reaching our sisters. That's what I just said. Moving forward. Now, bone of my, I'm going to just start there. I'm going to just go back and start there. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. This is what our first father called our sisters, or our women, right? He called women woman. We know the story. The see, here's where it gets truth based right here. The so-called Lord God, when the so-called Lord God brought what is known who is known of as Eve unto Adam. Adam was given the task to name this magnificent yet newly born creature. Our first father called her woman. But why? Why did our first father call her woman? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. What does that mean? Bone of my bone. Remember, this is the first person talking. The first person is saying this. It's not bone of all bones. It's not saying that because it's only one person at this time. It's bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. What do you mean by that? I'm getting somewhere. What does he mean by that? Meaning she was taken out of not just flesh, but a piece of the spirit was also taking out of the first father's body to give her her life. She shall be called woman. Our first father gave you the title of woman. And the reason why he gave you that title is because you came with a portion of him for yourself to be what you originally were. A part of you and or a side of you that I hold pride for. You see. This is going to end. These words are going to end the enmity betwixt brother and sister. These words are, remember, it's just words. It's just words. That's what I was going to get, I believe. It's just words right now that we need to end the issues betwixt brother and sister. Because like I said, they cost 3 million lives within the span of the 20 that we are in. Something needs to be said or done that will bring an end to the enmity betwixt brother and sister. What does enmity mean? Hostility, strife betwixt brother and sister. But remember, it's all coming from one side. It's not coming from the man's side. It's only coming from the woman's side due to the damages that the world gave to the man for her to give him agitation of the damages, or aggravation of the damages, you see. Aggravate, meaning intensify what was the damages that were already done. You see. The first father called you women. The first father called you a woman. The first father called you that. Why do y'all not see the importance of this weaponry right here? This is a weapon we can use right here. Let me just tell you. I'm going to just tell you why. Watch this. So, our women today, the perverted versions of our sisters, they'll sit there and say things like, when you begin to check them, when you begin to check them for their misbehavior, because remember, everything is set up for things to be able to disrespect us freely without any consequences at all. That's what all their laws are for. That's what all of their country names are for. That's what everything is for. It's to be able to disrespect humanity without any consequences, period. That's what everything is set up for, to be able to disrespect us night and day and make us turn against each other, turn against one another night and day without any consequences or any realizations that we're even doing it. You see. So these words are going to end the gender war, or at least assist. So check this out. When our women say things to you like, oh, you hate all women for checking us, you see. You know what, before I even go on, let me just say this. That dang on Whitney Houston song. That Whitney Houston song is what contributes to them believing they should respond to you whenever you say anything about any one woman. That Whitney Houston song, if you know what I'm talking about, when she says, I am every woman. I didn't even mean to say it. when she says she is every woman alive over and over again. That's another reason why they have this network of sisterhood coding. It's just a contribution to it. Moving forward, when our women say things like, "Oh, you must hate every woman because you're checking me for what I'm doing to you or saying to you," what? How do I have a resentment towards every woman because I am checking you for your misbehavior? That makes no sense, yeah? See, but there's more though. There's more. If any woman says that to you, you want to know what you can say to them? Just to help end the gender war? What you just said was blasphemy. Yep. It's blasphemy because the first father called you women, but what you are is an absolute perversion of the original woman that in which the first father, meaning the true God of the world, the original God, should I say, the original God called our sisters women or woman. The original God called our sisters women. So for them to have the audacity, you see where I'm going with this now, for them to have the audacity to call themselves women when in actuality they're harlots, harlot children, that should give you some type of weapon or ammunition to just shut them up. These are not women we have today. These are harlots. It ain't too many women alive, honestly, that I can honestly count on one hand that are not harlots. Absolute perversions of our original women. So for you to sit there and call yourself a woman, that's blasphemy. So how can you sit there and say, I hate all women for what I am saying, when in reality, there are no women to hate? So for you to say that these are women and that I hate them, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy because you're not women, you're harlots. See, words that can end the gender war. Just words I'm going to put out there that can end the gender war. That's all. Long story short, though, our first father is what called our sisters women. What these are today are not women. They are harlots. So for them to sit there and say that they are women is blasphemy. How can one be labeled and described as someone who possibly hates women for these kind of words right here? Because how you do anything is how you'll do everything. They are a perverted version of what they once were. So everything that you do or say, they will pervert because they are perverted. Is it their fault? No. Why am I saying these words as if every woman is like this? When I have clear, absolute, obvious knowledge that not every woman is like this, I know they're not. But here's the thing though. The same way with the recessive genoclass people who are not doing anything to stop race hatred, same goes for my women. That same goes for our sisters. Our sisters who are not doing much to stop our sisters from their current rampage, I'm just going to see you all as harlots now. Just like I see every white person as racist, I'm going to see every woman as a harlot. Why? Because you need to do more. Do more. I'm just going to talk crap to you until you do more. Do more to stop what's going on. Do more to stop the problem that's going on. Do more to stop the problem from going on. Just going to talk crap to you. No, I don't see every woman alive as a harlot, but I'm just going to say you are. Why? Because every woman alive should be doing something to stop whatever nightmares and evils that are plaguing the rest of our sisters' mind heart space. Just do something. No, you're not all harlots. I know you're not, but I'm just going to say you are. Why? Because I know it's going to piss you off enough to possibly do something. Just like when I made that video about threatening all the white people on the planet. I just knew it was going to piss you off enough to do something. I didn't care if you took my life for it. Why would I care for that? Honestly, living is worse now than ever. But it's not, because it's like there's something coming, answers, blah, blah, blah. Help us get out of the problems and yada, yada, yada. But then it's at the same time, how many people are actually going to be listening? How many people are actually going to attend, or how many people are actually going to participate in trying to see global soul liberation, bro? How many people are really going to participate in global soul liberation? Like right now. You dig what I'm saying? Long story short, nothing is going to change if we rub it. It's not going to change by patty cake bakers make with it. No, not every woman on the planet is a harlot, but I'm just going to consider you as one until every woman on the planet stops becoming harlots. No woman alive should be a harlot. No woman should be. But we have billions of them. Why? Because there are hundreds of them or thousands of them that are not doing anything to stop them from becoming harlots. Stop them from becoming harlots. Just end the gender war, man. I'm just going to say something that'll piss you off, so you'll do it. Yeah, every woman alive is a harlot. Man, that's so unfortunate, even though it's not true. But still, because I just want every woman to do something about it. We got so many good women out here, so many. Y'all don't see the good women. There are so many good women out here. It really is. I see them online. I see them in the streets. But they're all single. How are they good then? Does that make them harlots because they're single women? Well, a harlot in actuality is just a perverted woman. These are perverted women. We don't have access to original women like we had, because if we did, I'd be married right now. I'd have a married woman. I'd be married to a woman right now. If we had full access to just all great women everywhere like we did when we first started. But due to the devil putting so much enmity betwixt brother and sister, there's the rest of your story there. So these words will possibly help bring an end to it. I'm going to say things that'll pressure you into doing something. Just like I said, that threatening video with all the so-called white people on the planet. I'm going to say more things that'll piss you off enough to do stuff. Do something about what's going on. Do something to bring an end to all the perversions. Do something to bring an end to all the mind, heart space warfare or MHS war. Do something. These words can help. For any woman today to consider herself as a woman is blasphemy, because you are not. You are a harlot, period. No, I don't hate women. I despise harlots. Stop being a harlot. Be a woman. Stop being a harlot. Be a woman. How do you be a woman, yo? How do you be yourself? That's a simple question to answer for me now. How do you be what you are? You can start by what? Picking the right thing to do at all times, because that's what you naturally desire to do. The right thing. I mean, think about it. Do you desire to get up and do the wrong thing? Well, you're a harlot, so yeah. Well, stop being a harlot then. Just be a woman. But you won't. At least not with such a mellow sentence. Yeah, I see my content. I see how I'm pushing it. My content it's like high-low energy. Yeah, that's all by design. It's dry for a reason. It's high-low energy for a reason. It all is. The reason why my content is being pushed with such a low tone, even though it's coming with high energy, is for protection. My self-protection. Y'all ain't ready to change nothing. Y'all ain't ready to change nothing. Y'all ain't ready to fix nothing. Y'all ain't ready to do nothing. We still subjugated to all this poisonous food, poisonous water, poisonous air, poisonous grounds, poisonous people, poisonous personalities. We're still subjugated to all of it. So I'm just going to keep on feeding it in. It's going to sound low tone, low energy for a while, probably for the rest of this year. If no one listens, so what? I don't need the public to watch anyways, because it's all an attack. The people who are obligated to watch my stuff, meaning you behind the scenes, you have to hear every word. You want to know something? I'm noticing that my God is listening to me. Who is God to you, though? Who is God to me? God to me is the power inside of humanity God is energy and power. Energy and power. And he gave us all our individual egos. What is an ego? A sense of self-importance. Why would you need a sense of self-importance in a world like this? Because this world wants you to kill yourself all day. But if you had some type of sense of self-importance, you notice that what gave you life doesn't want you to take it from yourself, right? What gave you life wouldn't want you to take it from yourself. No wonder why you have this sense of self-importance or this sense of self-defense. Like if something is trying to end you, you desire to stop it from ending you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say it with the mean face. I just said it with too. This is why you naturally resist death, because there is something in you that is giving you life. And if you have that sense of self-importance, you recognize it and stop things from trying to take your life. Remember, or should I say these harlots, because they ain't our sisters too much anymore. They are harlots. I'm going to take every last one of you back. These harlots have driven 3 million men to their end by the way of mind, heart, space manipulation, because they didn't satisfy them in some kind of field or some kind of area, or they weren't good enough for them. They are making our lives hell everywhere. Constant suicide requests all around you night and day, and nothing is to be said about it. Y'all want me to be quiet. Y'all want me to slow down, take a break. No, you only want me to stop because you don't want to be stopped. I see through you in every way possible. You know, when our women are alone and they're in their group settings and they get to spitting out all these horrible, horrendous, hateful things while we're not watching them or listening to them, you know they're putting those words in the spirit, right? They are putting all of those hateful words in the spirit. Not our sisters, these harlots. When these harlots are alone, and we're not around them, and they're in their own groups, in their own little man hate sessions, you know, every word that they speak, they are putting into our spiritual world. They are putting curses into the spiritual world. We are all in the same spirit, all in the same bubble, all in the same category of reality. We all are. So whether we hear you saying it directly to us or not, it is still affecting us. So all of that man hate that you're doing in your private time, it is still affecting us. You don't want to believe it though, because you want to just sit here and say, get over it. Be a man. Burn in hell. But guess what? Those were just words. Those are just words, right? Just words. No, don't get on and start going off and going crazy on harlots. No, the goal is to get them back to being women. That's the goal there. Because women are peaceful. Harlots are warful. Women are loving. Harlots are hateful. Women enjoy unity. Harlots enjoy division. Women enjoy advancement. Harlots enjoy stagnation. It's the same message. Get you all to do the right thing all over the place so you never imprison me in this hell again. I don't care how you take these words. Do better. Hey, man. Whatever y'all want that plan B, you bring it my way. I'll be sitting here waiting for you. Any rate, that's primarily all I wanted to say for this video, though. Just drop some more words off in which could bring an end to the gender war. Because this gender war has been going on longer for 70 years. It's been going on longer than most of us have been alive, you see. This gender war, like I said, dates back to the dawn of we. Dates back to the dawn of we. When the Lord God said, I will put enmity betwixt brother and sister. I will make your contraption or your conceptions painful. I'm going to make you suffer every step of your lives for the rest of them. Are women my enemy? Are harlots my enemy? Are white people my enemy? No, none of you are. You're not my enemy. I know who my enemy is. It ain't none of you. Who is my enemy? Take a guess. Everything I've been saying thus far. May these words help bring an end to the gender war. May they do. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This ain't no victim mentality. I'm just aware of what struck me, aware of what stricken we, and aware of what will not stop striking us at all. Which is why I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to do or say things that will defend and protect you from the strikers. It's not about a competition with me. It's just about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. Those strikes. Therefore, love your neighbors, you love yourself. Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbors, you defend yourself. At least those who are worthy. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.